Hi guys, so today it's going to be a little bit of a different video. I'm going to do a DIY project. I'm going to make a sample rug because I don't have the means to show you me making a big rug, but I'm going to make one anyways shortly, but I'm going to make a sample one for now. So all you need is two types of fabric, drapery fabric and another fabric that's like a mesh, and the fabric glue, and also a little bit of wool and some ribbon as well. I'll show you shortly how it all comes together. And if you are new to my channel and haven't been here already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and the bell icon to get a video every single day. So I will give you the details on how to make this simple rug, but you can make it bigger. I'm going to make a big one as well for my own kitchen, as a kitchen rug. So for this one I'm going to use two types of fabric. So all you do is put the drapery fabric on top of the mesh fabric here, just to get a little bit of thickness to it, and also we have to make it anti-grip, so we have to add in a rubber layer at the bottom as well. So having that mesh fabric helps with that as well. So I'm just gonna cut off the excess fabric on this sample so that it becomes nice. And now I have the ribbon, so I'm gonna cut the ribbon to the size of each side, and I'm gonna glue that as well with the fabric glue, just like so that both sides will have ribbon as well. I chose this ribbon because it has that crocheted look to it, and it gives it a little bit of a quality look, I would say. So if you want, you can take off that middle ribbon in there as well, just to leave the crochet area. So put some fabric glue there as well on the corners, and glue it all in so that it shows a outline to the whole rug. So since this is a sample rug, the crocheted ribbon might look a little bigger compared to the whole rug, but if you're making it to the size, and if you're making it as big as a normal rug, normal kitchen rug, then this ribbon will not look that big. So like I'm doing here, I'm just gluing everything together. I'm not sewing it at all. So it still works. It's still a sturdy rug, but if you want to sew it with a needle and thread, you can as well. But for the corners of the four corners, I am going to use wool and put some threads in, just to give it that finished look and finish it off nicely before adding in that rubber anti-grip layer at the bottom. So if you feel like you need excess glue, you just need to make sure that it's glued in perfectly well. So make sure you put a lot of glue. The fabric glue helps, and it doesn't leave like hard, dried out hard glue, so that it won't be rough on your foot when you step on it. So make sure you put glue like I'm doing here, all around, and make sure everything is glued in properly. This is a very simple pattern, simple rug to make. And since the drapery fabric already has some detail to it, you can leave it as this as well once it's done, or you can add a pattern to the middle of the rug as well. I will show you shortly how I added a pattern. All I'm doing is gluing in wool in the middle as well. So since this is a sample rug, I'm not going to put a lot of detail to it. I'm just gonna see how it looks, so I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm actually using a lot of fabric and trying to make a big rug for myself. If you want to see that, if you want to see the big rug being made step by step, let me know in the comments below. I will put that as well. I will maybe add some stitches to that as well. But for this one, I'm using a very good fabric glue, and it will not come off. So to spread out the glue, if you want, you can use a little spatula or your finger to spread it out before you glue it in, or you can just do what I'm doing here and make sure you glue it in properly. So when all four sides are glued in, you see those rough edges on the corners still. So to avoid having that rough edges, that's why I'm using a needle and a thread. So let it dry for a while until it's fully dried. Once it's all dried up, you can use some wool or some thread if you have. I'm using a really big needle as well because the wool is a little thicker, so I can put the wool through the needle, and I'm just gonna sew it in from all four sides. Just do like just the corners. If you want, you can do all sides as well before you glue in the ribbon, but I'm just gonna use wool to cover up those edges on the ribbon, so that it looks like a rug. So I will do that, and I will show you one side and I'll show you the full done up one shortly. So for the threading, it's just a single thread going through in a circular, like a half circle motion. There's not much to it. I don't know a lot about sewing to tell you exactly which stitch I'm using. It's just going around with just one thread. So you can see that, you know, I have too many threads in one, trying to go through the same hole, so it got stuck a little bit, but I loosened it up by, you know, pulling through the threads. But you can see what I'm doing. You can see that I'm just making sure that it has a finished looking corner, and I'm gonna do it on all four sides as well. So it's gonna look like a half circle, and it's not going to show that rough edges of the ribbon anymore. For this, you can add corners with another fabric, or you can actually cover it up if you want with another like tape or something as well. Or you can you can actually do some threading onto the ribbon, like hem it a bit and then glue it in if you like, but you can do it this way as well. And if you want to add some tassels, you can buy the tassels for the rug and add it on either side, so that it gives it a nice look, or you can just leave it as is. I'm just gonna leave it as is for this one, but when I'm actually doing the full rug, I might add some tassels to it as well. So just like what I'm doing here, do the whole corner. As you see that I have one corner done now, and I'm going to do it on all four sides, and I'll show you how it looks. So this is the finished look with the all four sides done for the corners, and all you need to do now is add some details to the middle of the rug. You can add with wool, or you can actually thread, like sew some pattern into it as well. This drapery that I used already has some diamond shape lines on it, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow through those lines and add some details to it, and finish it off, and I'll show you what I did. This pattern, I might not use the same pattern on my big rug, but this is just a pattern that I came up with for this one, this small one. Actually, this small sample rug can be used as a coaster as well, because I'm gonna add an anti-grip surface to the bottom of the little rug. You can actually use it as a coaster. It doesn't really slip or anything, and it works really well as a coaster as well. If you make 4 or 6 of it, actually it'll look really nice. So you can do what I'm doing here and make little circles if you like to add to the rug, or you can just glue in the wool itself, or you can crochet it a little bit and then add a pattern with crocheting. You can do a lot of patterns as you like on this. If you want me to give you some patterns that I came up with, let me know in the comments below and I'll show you some patterns as well. So I hope you like this rug and the pattern and the whole look of it. You can use different fabric, different ribbons to make it your own, but this is an easy way to get a custom made rug done. If you don't like, the problem that I'm having is I can't find a rug in the store that fits the size that I want, so that's why I decided to make one. So for this one, I'm just going to add some details with some wool. I'm going to add smaller wool lines as well as longer ones, and so it has a nice pattern to it. So now that I added the pattern, this is the material that I'm using to get that anti-grip on the rug, otherwise it's gonna slip when you walk on it and you're gonna fall. So this is the material. It's just rubber and it's a mesh. You can put it like at the whole rug, at the bottom of the rug, but covering the whole area, or you can do it just at the middle part where it's not covered by ribbons. But I'm going to cover the whole thing at the back, so I cut it into size and I'm gonna glue that in as well with the same fabric glue that I used. This fabric glue, I believe I got it from either Walmart or Michael's. It's not that expensive, but it's a small bottle, so if you're using it to size to an actual kitchen rug, you might want to get a bigger fabric glue tube as well. They're not that expensive and it works really well. So all you need to do is glue it like this, and when you turn it to the other side, you don't see that anti-grip material, and it's really like, even if you do what I did with my fingers, it doesn't move at all. So that's the rug. I hope you like it, and I will put some next videos for you to check out next of my other DIY projects. As always, I bring a video every single day, mostly drawing videos, but some DIY as well. So I hope you enjoy this one, and don't forget to hit on my face logo to subscribe to my channel. So if you have any requests for me to draw or want to see the big rug be made, let me know in the comments below. And as always, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.